Thou basest thing. Avoid! Hence from my sight!
For those who are well acquainted with the works of William Shakespeare, the words will sound familiar. But even the most dedicated backer of the Bard likely hasn't seen this play before, especially in Saskatoon.
I am gone.
And I've always wished, as a performer, but also as an audience member, that some of his other plays that don't get done very often could see life on the stage. So that way people aren't just reading them, or even worse, reading about them, but not knowing the whole story.
The star of Cymbeline says she had read the play a long time ago, but didn't remember it well before tackling the role.
So I had to refresh myself to remind myself of what happens in it. I love doing plays that don't get to see the light of day very often. So it was exciting to me that we would get to explore this one that hasn't been seen in a while.
It's a passion of mine. This, it's a particular project that I've put together with friends and peers that I admire and wanted to work with. So they're willing enough to listen to what I have to say.
The work may soon become more familiar to audiences as Ethan Hawke is starring in a modernized version that will be released in movie theaters this year called Anarchy. But for now, Brandon thinks the play's obscurity may work in their favor.
Sometimes if you're in a production of Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet, the audience either, if they haven't seen it, they still probably know the story. And they have an idea of what it should be. This one, those expectations aren't there, so you can surprise them a little bit more.
The complex plot centers around a pair of star-crossed lovers, not in Verona, but in the royal court in ancient England.
Oh, the gods! When shall we see again?
So the main storyline follows Imogen and her lover Posthumus as they are separated and find a way to come back together. But there are also sidelines of England, the country, disobeying Rome.
An added challenge for the members of the Saskatoon Shakespeare Lab, who hope to stage other lesser-known works as well, is the play has traditionally required a cast of at least 12. In this production, they are working with half that number, but Brandon says they haven't had to make significant cuts to the story.
Because everyone's playing at least 2 characters, some are playing 4 or 5, it's just a matter of, okay, you have to become this character right off the top of the next scene. So we might give one line that was supposed to go to one character to someone else. That just helped smooth that transition.
He is a man worth any woman, overbuys me almost the sum he pays.
We are doing this with only 6 actors and at a high-speed race. We're just throwing the story together with everything that we've got, and it's going to be a really special treat to let just this simple stage magic take over.
Cymbeline runs at the Refinery through February 8th. For more information, visit ontheboards.ca. For Go Saskatoon, I'm Simon Hyatt.